People always say, the future will be better. They believe the hardships of the present fade with the passage of time. And so we hope, waiting for a future brighter than today. But Sarah, remember this. As you walk towards a brighter tomorrow, you have to look back to your past. The path you have walked to reach the here and now will give you the courage you need to hope.
It's so dark.
In ancient times, the Xiii devoured the light, darkness cloaked the sky, and the earth knew only night. This must be the eclipse.
You know what this is?
They said 500 years ago, a massive Xiii appeared. For a while, it blotted out the sun and turned everything dark.
If that happened 500 years in your past, then this must be 200 years in my future.
Right. But something's wrong. Look, the eclipse is only affecting this small area. That shouldn't be possible.
Okay, so you're saying this could be a paradox?
That's what I'm saying.
Huh.
Hello, are you here to observe the facility? I can answer any questions you might have.
Ah, yeah, perfect. I do have some questions. Where are we? And what year is it?
Wait, you can't just...
What? I'm just...
Yashas Masif, 10 AF, sir.
10 AF? So nowhere near 200 years.
I must say, this is the first time anyone asked me what year it was. I don't suppose you happen to be time travelers?
Well... Kupo?
There are two questions. Why is the eclipse happening now? And why is it happening right over these ruins?
Maybe there's something important hidden here.
The legends say the Xiii was looking for that which was lost. Could be the thing it's searching for is in these ruins.
Then I guess we better start searching ourselves. Are we not allowed to go inside?
I'm very sorry. Only persons on official Academy business are permitted beyond this point.
Oh.
Maybe this will count as official business!
Is it dead?
We're being dragged in!
When monsters like these are cornered, they cause a space-time vortex to appear. An electromagnetic shock usually shuts them down. It's been a while, Sarah.
Hope? Is that you?
I'm grateful you remember me.
Who's this?
Oh,
Director of Academy Research, Team Alpha. Hope Est, I'm at your service. And you must be Noel.
Nice guess. Who told you?
You appeared here with Sarah some years ago at the Brescia ruins. Subsequently, we analyzed the gate and forecast your reappearance at this location. To be honest, I didn't really believe that time travel was possible. But here you are. I'm really glad you're safe. For me, it's as if time has stopped. Everyone I knew is gone.
Hope.
From your point of view, it's been years since you last saw Sarah.
Not just Sarah. Snow as well. And Saz and his boy. You all disappeared from my life. It's been 10 years now.
I never thought...
When the paradox occurred some years ago, I thought if I could solve it, maybe you would all come back.
Director, help! There you are! What were you thinking? Taking off and leaving me all on my own.
It was a shock seeing Hope grown older than me. But he was still the same Hope I knew. Lightning, Hope listened to my story without saying a word. I told him about how I'm the only one who remembers your smile on the plane of Grand Pulse. I told him about how Snow set out to try and save you and Vanille and Fang. And I told him about Noel. Noel from the future.
There's something I want to show you both. We can continue our conversation as we walk.
I'll show the way.
Shall we?
Tell me, Hope, what made you join the Academy?
A sense of duty. Vanille, Fang, Lightning. They turned to crystal so that we might live. It was an enormous sacrifice.
My sister and the others. I think they wanted to preserve life. They gave us a chance to live again. Isn't the Academy a research institute? Why do you need so many soldiers?
Without the Xiii around, we have to be able to protect ourselves. And that means guns.
The time distortions spawn hostile creatures. Until we can resolve the paradox, we need military force to repel threats. These armed patrols are essential for our safety. It's hard to believe it's really been 10 years. So much time has passed.
I wonder how Saz and little Dodge are doing.
We've been out of touch. Saz took Dodge to live on Grand Pulse, and he was flying airships the last I heard. Then suddenly they both disappeared. I searched everywhere but never found them.
Look at us. All gone our separate ways.
Yes, and I can't tell you how much it means to have you here now. Saz and Snow may have set off on different paths, but I've started to think that, in the end, we're all headed towards the same goal.
Hope, do you still think my sister is trapped inside that crystal pillar?
I always had doubts, and it wasn't just me. Saz had them as well.
Really? Saz too?
Yes. He couldn't believe that Lightning would just up and leave Sarah like that. After all, she was the one who said we shouldn't face things alone, that we should stick together.
So, Hope, have you heard anything from Snow?
Nothing, I'm sorry to say. Not a single word. Not since he left on his mission.
No sign of him for 10 whole years? Sounds like we're not the only ones traveling through time.
You might be right. Considering Snow's uncanny ability to find trouble, he's almost certainly aware of these temporal aberrations.
This is some kind of ancient city, right?
The city of Padra, or so we believe. It was the center of a great kingdom built by a nation known as the Farseers.
The Farseers? You're telling me there used to be enough of them to build this entire town?
According to our research, we believe they constituted an entire nation. A polity that was ruled by a Cirrus.
Can you see me now? Standing here in this place?
So this nation, Padra? Their leader was a Cirrus, right?
Yes. The Cirrus would read the fates, see the future, and guide her country.
Yule.
Here.
Thanks.
You've traveled through time. I suppose it's not surprising you know about these things. The power to rule was passed down from one Cirrus to the next. She was always called Yule.
If they could read time, why did they die out? Surely they could see the danger coming and do something to avoid it.
No, they were destroyed because they could see the future.
Why?
The Cirrus Yule foresaw the future destruction of this city. Some citizens wanted to try to avert the disaster. Others felt that they should simply abandon their homes and run. A few fell into despair and took their own lives. The divided populace clashed. The nation was torn apart by civil war.
Being able to see the future is awfully dangerous. It can mess with people's heads.
Tell me about it. The nation fell apart, and the survivors fled into the wildlands, avoiding contact with others.
Huh. So you know the story.
Oh! Come on, Director Hope! I want to show them! It's okay to show them, isn't it?
This way. Here. This is what lies at the heart of our paradox. The Oracle Drive. We've been giving it careful study.
But how did you...
Wait, you know of these devices?
Oh, well, yeah, I've heard of them. In books and stuff.
The Oracle Drive appears to be some kind of recording apparatus from ancient times. We've excavated a number of the devices. However, the recordings depict things that cannot be possible. Perhaps you should see for yourselves.
This is how it works.
The device was excavated from an ancient part of the ruins. We used carbon dating methods to determine age. The device and the recording stored within are several centuries old.
But it shows lightning.
Someone in the past recorded this vision of the future. Perhaps it was the Xiii-2 herself. What we're concerned about, however, is this. You'll have to excuse the image quality.
Was that my sister?
Yes, I think so. We need to conduct further analysis to be certain.
Is it broken?
No. We've tested both device and data, and everything is nominal. Yet, when we try to view the recording, we get this. Perhaps it's not the recording that's broken. It's the immediate space-time in which we are located.
You mean it could be the paradox? Because the surrounding space-time is twisted, that might be directly affecting the device. So, if the paradox is eliminated, space-time will return to normal. Then we could see the prophecy and find out where my sister is.
Yes, I believe so.
Right.
Here.
An artifact.
This object serves as a key, is that right? We tried to make it work ourselves, but with no success.
Yeah. We can use that to travel across time.
Then you may have it. I think it'll be far more useful to you than us. Here.
During the years that passed as we traveled outside time and space, Hope had devoted himself to his research, trying to unlock the mystery of the paradox. If the gates are the cause of the puzzle, they might also be the key to unlocking it. But I wonder, am I getting closer? Will I find lightning in the end?
Time to find that gate.
It was in the ruins.
You understand why I wanted to show you the Oracle Drive?
I think I do. You've been looking for lightning too all this time.
Yes. It's not much of a clue, but I thought you should see it all the same. And I wanted you to see how far we've come.
Hope, have you ever heard of Valhalla?
I've seen the name in the Padron texts we recovered. A forgotten region, I think.
Was there anything more? That's the place where Noel met lightning.
I'm sorry. We've only been able to decode fragments. The only other thing we've found is a reference to some invisible or unseen realm.
Here. This must be the gate Hope was talking about.
Maybe. Yeah? What?
There's something on your mind.
Yeah, well, sure, but it's just personal stuff.
Is it the Oracle Drive?
I guess you could say that. Kind of. But not exactly.
In that prophecy, it really was lightning, wasn't it?
Well, we can't be sure of that.
Okay, let's solve this paradox and find out. Sound good?
Poo-poo?
Something had been bothering Noel. And it had been ever since we heard the story about the Padre Xiii-2. But, of course, he wasn't the only one who was troubled. Was it really lightning I saw in the flickering images of the prophecy? The only way to find out is to go through this portal and solve the paradox. What's happening? The world is falling apart.
Is this a future where everything has been destroyed? Or is it a distant past before the world has even come into being?
Space-time has doubled and twisted on itself. The past and future are tangled together as one, Kupo.
The paradox is affecting space-time itself.
Right. And we have to find out what's causing this. Okay.
It's like a maze. A crossroads within the paradox itself.
In this space-time, the past and future intersect. I bet if we solve all these puzzles, we could dissolve the current paradox.
Now you're thinking, Kupo. You solved the paradox, Kupo.
It looks like an Oracle Drive.
Yeah.
Stop.
Sarah!
Lightning. Lightning.
Sarah, I'm sorry.
Hey, the apologies can wait. We got a wedding to plan, right? Right? Like, come on. What do you say? Lightning, I swear to you, I will make her happy.
I believe you.
My memories. They're real, aren't they? How can they be? The prophecy. It's been changed.
But that's impossible.
If you change the future, you change the past.
It keeps changing?
Change is the constant.
Caius.
I have seen you. I have seen you both.
Yule.
What? You mean Osiris? I am not the Yule you know.
But...
You must understand, there are many Yules.
Caius.
Wait. I saw you. My sister was fighting you.
What are you doing here in this time?
I learned of your journey, leaping back and forth along the timeline. Yule has been watching everything you do.
No. She's been watching us?
Yes. I see you understand the significance of that. Then you must also understand that I am here for a reason. Your actions have necessitated the strictest sanctions. You shall pay for your crimes in blood.
Sarah! Stop this, Caius. I am not going to fight you.
Times have changed. I'm not the Caius you once knew. To change history is a sin.
It's too late. The timeline has already changed.
But must we accept this, Yule?
If you change the future, you change the past. You can remold history as your heart desires.
Let's go now, before you are made to witness more. Come.
Yule.
Poo-poo? An artifact, Poo-poo!
What does Caius want?
No. That man, Caius. Who is he exactly? I've seen his face before, in my dream.
I thought I recognized him, but I don't think he's the man I used to know. He couldn't be here. Not in this time. She was the same. The same face, the same voice. But even so, she didn't know me at all.
You mean you?
Yes. Well, no questions?
Before we came here, you said it was personal stuff, remember? I'm a smart girl, I can take a hint. So, I'm not going to pry.
Yeah, sorry. And thanks.
Sure. Lightning, Noel and I traveled to Erba. You wouldn't believe how much happened to us there. We found a prophecy that the seers of the Farseers had recorded. We saw a young girl called Yule, just like the seeress. And we met a man named Caius, the man you were fighting in my dream. I guess what worries me the most, though, is that Noel looks sad. Sadder than I've ever seen him. And there's something else, too. The strange thing that both Caius and Yule said about the past. If you change the future, you change the past. I'm afraid of what that might mean for us. When Noel and I solved the paradox, we changed the future. Does that mean the past of Hope and the others has also changed?